You know, growing up, once you get done with school and everything, the weekend done started, there was no greater feeling for me than coming home with a new game. You know, whether we just bought it or we were able to rent it from like a movie gallery or something like that, there was no better feeling. I remember actually like getting super excited, reading the booklets when we still had it and everything, as we were in the car riding home. It was a good time. It's a good time. Man, I think the PS2 was my first console that I actually had and collected games for. And of course, growing up, I lived in a household to where if you want new things, you need to get rid of old things. So, as you can see, my collection is pretty small because of that. But I am older now, and we are in a different time period. One of which where you can download games if you wanted to make things a lot simpler, easier. But if we really ever wanted something, like for example, my wife, she loves Final Fantasy, loves it to death. If we really want something, we always get the physical. Always get the physical. I remember I got super excited when we got Dragon Ball Sparking Zero when it was first released. Best believe I got the disc. Best believe. Because when we invest into something, when we actually care about something, we want to have it in our hands. I mean, it's only right when we spend so much money, so much time, and investing into something. Because not only it shows that we have the proof of ownership, there's history, there's memories behind having things physical. And while I am, one who enjoys technological advancement, I'm always down for technological advancement in a lot of things. I'm not one to be okay with the eraser of history. And that's something that PlayStation is planning to do in 2028 by getting rid of physical. Now, for some people, this isn't a problem because all they do is buy digital games, And that's cool. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that because it's a choice. There are those who just play or buy physical games because it's a choice. And there's many that also buy both physical and digital depending on the game. I, for myself, do that as well. Because as a gamer, as a player, it is a choice. And for Sony, for PlayStation to take away that choice of physical media, it's just wrong. They're trying to set up a monopoly, and it's not right. We can't let that happen. It's absolutely just wrong. Of course, you got the argument of some people, maybe those like play PC games. I, for myself, will play PC games, saying there's no problem with doing it by digital games there. And yeah, to some degree that is true. But also, PC isn't a full monopoly. There are many avenues in which you can acquire games, and not just set on one client or one platform, unlike it is on PlayStation and Sony, and even Xbox. To take away physical media will make gaming far more difficult in a time where I think that we need it most. With everything going on. It's not right. It's just not right. Oh yeah. There's also another argument saying, when was the last time, some of us bought movies, DVDs, or we bought music and CDs? It's not really the same. It's not the same. Because here's the question. When was the last time you spent $60 to $100 on a movie or an album? When was the last time you spent that kind of money on something? And then also not have it physical? No. And that's not to knock anybody who actually does. No, I'm not knocking anybody at all. More power to you. But at least, when it comes to gaming, especially gamers like me, this is definitely worth it. And if Sony gets away with this, other companies will follow suit. More than likely will follow suit and set up this giant empire when it comes to gaming, having things outrageously priced for a non-tangible item. I'm trying to find the right words. Yes, a non-tangible item that is fully under their control. Things that we buy with our own money, with our own, funds that we work for, completely under their control. And that shouldn't be the norm. That should not be the norm in any way, shape, or form. We as people, consumers, as gamers, deserve to have the rights and ownership to things that we buy. Because what if it all just disappeared? What will we have then? If everything was fully digital, what would happen if they just decide just to cut it all off? We would have nothing. We are getting towards that time to where we truly will not be able to own or have anything, and we need to do something about that. So, what can we do, as gamers and things? We can do what we can, right? If you're able to just not really truly support this, vote with your wallet. Me personally, I already got rid of my PS Plus. I already started making some switches in regards to the games I play. I mainly kept it for Tekken anyway, so I got Tekken on PC. We'll just do it over there. And then, of course, collect physical media while you can. Do it while you can. Whether it be third party, things of that nature. Just not directly with Sony, because they don't deserve it. They cannot continue to get away with us paying them more and giving us less. If anything, if you ask me, if they're going to do something like that, they at least need to make the online play free. That makes 0 sense. At least make the online play for free. So that's my message, or that's my thoughts when it comes to this whole physical media thing. It's not right. I'm doing what I can to not support that mess. As far as I understand, PlayStation is going to stay free to play until Sony decides to change their ways, which there's still plenty of time to do that. And we need to send that message to do so. Hey, look at this one. If anybody got Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3, look at this, look at this. Look at this. Little comics in here, bro. It's just one of the small things, small creative things that we will lose. This is one of those things that we would lose if everything went full digital. Physical games, physical media are history. Our history. And we need to do what we can to preserve it. We need to do what we can to keep gaming in the hands of the gamer. To keep the power of games in our hands and not just leave it to the monopoly. Leave it to these companies. This is our history. As gamers, physical media, physical discs are our history. Let's do what we can to save and preserve it. And thank you all for watching. And of course, wherever you're at in the world, I wish you good morning, good evening, and good night. Until next time, I will catch you later. You guys take care. See ya.